All right, guys, welcome to KMG. Kill my grandma.
As soon as I heard kill, I was like, oh no, where is this going? That's not our names. But yeah, resurrect your grandma and then kill her, please. She was a wonderful woman, but we must.
Sorry, it's for the culture of mankind.
Yes. Oh man. Anyway, KMG stands for. We're not gonna tell you that. No, I feel like we
I
actually
am
should.
Kevin.
Yep.
Okay.
And I am Mitsuha, and together we are Kevin Mitsuha Gaming, where we talk to you poor people about, believe it or not, gaming. Yeah, I know that's shocking everyone. So once you recover, you can pause this, but once you recover from that shock, unpause it and keep listening because we're going to talk about all sorts of strange stuff. This is basically like a talk show we came up with that we're going to do periodically. This seems like a fitting way to introduce a channel, I feel like. You agree with that, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I
Like-
wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah,
It's so good it's holy. God approves
Yeah.
of this.
God loves this already.
Yes. But I figured this is a new channel on here, on whatever we put this on. No one knows us. What better way to introduce them to us than a stupid talk show where we talk about who knows what? So I cracked open a Red Bull, as you heard, and now we go from there, talking about whatever.
That's pretty messed up. Don't crack Red Bulls open.
I don't know. I just took a drink of it. That was my first time drinking Red Bull in a couple months, and that felt good. I've actually been craving Red Bull for about a week, so that works. That felt good.
Why haven't you gotten it before then?
I don't know, because I just never got around to it. I was always either busy. As you know, our lives are very busy right now. We don't have much time for
No.
personal lives. I haven't had a chance to go anywhere and buy a Red Bull, so this weekend when I was at the store with my dad, and I was like, oh, I want to do a podcast with Kevin Tuesday night, so I'm going to get a big Red Bull to feel extra professional and cool and save it for that exact occasion. And so I did.
All right, let's cut the crap. What we're really here to talk
With
about is
scissors.
64 games.
Yeah, ooh,
Scissors
N64, I am down. Or I hope we're talking N64, unless you wanted to talk about a certain number of games and that number was 64. That's what you were getting at, right?
Both is fine.
Yeah, 64 N64 games. I don't even have that many. I think I'm at 25 or 26 right now.
Currently, I stand at 0, but I do have personal favorites.
Okay, oh wait, no, don't tell us that. We've got that top 5 we're working on. So look forward to that. That's another thing that should be up before too long.
Aw,
Yeah, I know, I want to get into
but
it.
we can't leave them hanging after that.
Alright, give them one game. Don't tell them the position. We'll each give them one game from our top 5 list, not telling them what position it's in.
You can go ahead and go first.
Alright, gosh, these are all fairly typical, I feel like. I don't want to give away the one that isn't on everyone's list, so I'll just play it safe. Everyone's expecting this one. Ocarina of Time. There you go. You guys got your hopes up. You're like, oh, we're going to hear about an exciting list. But no, I'm talking about the game that everyone talks about. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And that's all I have to say for now. I'm saving the rest for that actual video, or that actual podcast.
You blue balled them there.
I did. And it's November. They're already getting blue balled. What are you talking about? Oh, man.
Ouch.
So what's your sneak peek you're giving us? Make our balls even bluer.
I might honestly have to go with Pokemon Snap.
Beautiful. In fact, a game that I just picked up today from our local video game store,
did.
Media Madhouse. Yeah, $25. That was an amazing $25.
That's a steal.
It is. And I didn't even have to wear a ski mask.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. No ski mask,
I hear
no
about
gun
all
this
these
time.
Stories of people going around with ski masks, just like getting great deals and stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wore my COVID mask because that's a thing that's going on right now, but no ski mask this time, and no ski mask, no gun, no getaway driver, nothing, no cops called. It was beautiful.
It's either you're just the best stealer in the world, or there's something fishy going on, like it's an inside job.
I don't know. I do like fish, it's a pretty good food, but I'd like to think it was the first thing, and that I'm just a master thief.
Speaking of Master Thief,
Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief. What are you thinking about the new Halo game that's coming out?
Is
Or
that the
not
transition you
Halo,
were going
but
for? Did I read your mind right there?
Maybe.
I was just making a
Maybe.
joke because it rhymed, but gosh, there's a new Halo game coming out? Why didn't I know this?
Halo Infinite?
No, I didn't know this.
Oh my
we're literally a
lord.
gaming group, and I didn't know about a new Halo game. My gosh. All right. So tell me about it. Get me hooked on this game. It's Halo. That won't be hard.
Okay. Have you played the very first Halo? Halo Combat Evolved, which is
I-
a great game. I suggest everyone try it out.
Original Xbox, right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
and PC. Okay. It's the thing that started the Halo franchise.
Yeah, I've definitely played some of the older ones.
There was a second mission, and that second mission was one of the best missions that were in a Halo game ever,
Okay.
according to me at least, and a lot of other people. But it was the first open world Halo map,
Ooh.
like almost fully open world. But with that being said, this new Halo game is going to be fully open world as well.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
How do I explain this? Okay, you take the open world from the first one, mix it in with the newer gen Halo games,
Okay.
throw a grappling hook in there,
Ooh.
and sandbox qualities. You have Halo Infinite right there with the newest graphics. It got pushed back quite a bit.
As things have been lately.
Yeah, that's just a whole nother topic right now.
But I mean, that's fine. I don't mind games getting pushed back. I mean, look at Breath of the Wild. That got pushed back,
Oh.
I believe, like 5 years in total. Look at the final product, though. So when a game's getting pushed back, it's not always because, oh, they're just being lazy or, oh, they're just nitpicking. No, they're making their game perfect. Like, it's a good thing as far as I'm concerned, as long as the final outcome is worth the wait, which it usually is.
Oh, most definitely. Well, okay, you can say that usually,
Yeah,
but
yep,
then you have
keyword.
things like No Man's Sky.
Which is another thing I haven't played. That I know what it is, but what was the problem with that? I thought people liked it.
It was so hyped that it flopped the moment it dropped to the public.
Yeah, because I remember the hype was definitely there, but then out of nowhere I just stopped hearing about it. I was like, oh, did it get canceled? Okay. But yeah, and then I saw it in stores for like really cheap. I was like, oh, this is a AAA game that everyone was excited for. Why is it selling for this low? But if that's the case, yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully that's not what happens here with Cyberpunk. I know that's getting hyped up to no end. So hopefully that doesn't fall victim to the same thing where the hype kills
Oh my
it.
lord. There's part of me which thinks that it's impossible for it to flop.
It's got Keanu.
Exactly. That's why it's impossible.
And let us not forget the customizable genitals. Oh boy.
That's the most important part.
Why? I still don't understand why that's a feature though. Like,
Wouldn't you want that to be a feature in your game?
I don't know. Like, I would love to see
Answer this wisely.
who made the game. Who's the company behind it?
Oh, I don't remember.
With features like that, I could totally see it
Sleeping.
being Bethesda, just because Bethesda, their games have always had a history of nudity mods, and so like I could see Bethesda just being like, oh, okay, everyone does it anyway, let's make it official. So I could totally see that.
CD Project.
Who is it?
CD Project.
I've never even heard of them, and they're making a game this good. But like, I would
They've
love to.
made multiple other Cyberpunks, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is a series. But I would love to have been at the board meeting where they were like, "All right, guys, we need features for our new game," and then some pervert over at the end of the table raises his hand. He's like, "Huh, guys, I got an idea. Let's make customizable privates." And then everyone looks at each other, think about their inner
Nod their
fantasies
head,
that they've
yes.
had all their lives, and then they're like, "All right, let's do it." Like, how did that meeting go down? That.
That whoever that person is deserves a raise.
Yeah, who had the balls, no pun intended, to propose that to begin with?
The customized ones?
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah, who had the customizable balls to
Customized
propose
balls.
that? Like, I would never do that. I don't care how good my position at a gaming company would be. I would never feel like I could propose something like that without getting fired or reported to human resources. But someone went and did it.
Hands down.
You would.
Yes, I would hands down suggest that.
Hands down, pants down.
with customizable options down there.
Oh man, before we started recording this, I thought to myself, I wonder if this will be PG. No, not really.
No, I don't think this is gonna go up on the school.
No, we've got that other group we're a part of that I don't even think we can name on this
let's not
episode.
name
We can't
it.
even name it, but on our PG episodes, we'll totally be like, "Oh, guys, check this group out," and then you'll come back and listen to this. You'll be like, "Oh, that's the group they were talking about. I'll check them out." But yeah, they are definitely not getting associated with this. No, thank you. But,
That's not a good.
No. One thing, I wanted to bring this up when we were talking about Halo, but we transitioned so quickly. Thanks to you telling me about that, I'm craving two things right now. Some old school Halo and Red vs. Blue.
Oh, yes.
Like, I just want to binge watch Red vs. Oh, why don't we do that? Sometime we just need to binge watch Red vs. Blue.
Honestly, we could.
On Saturday night,
here, right
after we
now.
get done with N64 games, we totally
Right
could.
here, right now.
Right here, right now. If we didn't have to record all these things tonight, yes. But
oh no, we'll just watch it with recording.
You think my Wi-Fi can handle that? That's funny. But no,
My
this
Wi-Fi can.
Saturday after our N64 marathon, let's watch some Red vs. Blue. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen all of it yet, or no?
I think so. I think my dad and I sat down years ago and watched all of it before it was on YouTube, before it was on Netflix. It was all on YouTube, and so he and I watched it all on there for a couple weeks straight, and it was so good. And then that's what got me into Halo. Well, no, that's what got me back into Halo. Mega Bloks was what got me into it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
Mega Block. Can we talk about Halo Mega Blocks, or is that copyright?
Considering Mega Bloks is no longer Mega Bloks, yes, we can.
Is it not?
No, it's Mega Constructs. Yeah, they changed names a few years ago, and I don't like that. I liked Mega Bloks. Maybe that's nostalgia speaking, but I liked Mega Bloks more. But they do still make Halo.
Mega Bloks just sounds so much better.
And
it sounds a lot better.
It was BLOX, I believe, too, which was really... Oh! I almost wonder if they got sued by Roblox. You think?
No, Mega Bloks was established before Roblox.
Were they? Okay, because I know BLOX, that's a thing that Roblox does on a bunch of their stuff, so I almost wondered if maybe Roblox was like, hey, Mega Bloks, we've got that trademark. But, okay. But man, Mega Bloks Halo, let's go.
Do they still have that stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, they do, because
yep.
I've seen newer Halo things.
Yeah, with the Mega Constructs name. I saw a Warthog. I saw this Warthog not too long ago. It had a Warthog, some UNSC dudes, some elites and stuff, and it looked so good.
Oh, I can't describe how close I have been when I was at Walmart and I saw those.
Oh yeah, I know.
Just grabbing the entire box of the mystery characters.
Yes.
And buying it.
Dude, I remember those things, and I remember when I first found out what a Hayabusa Spartan was. Those things were the coolest things ever, and I wanted a Hayabusa Spartan more than anything. And so when I got my first one, I about died, and it was so cool.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that that Spartan is based off of Ryu from Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's Gaiden.
Sure.
I don't think I've heard that before, but I could see that. It's not too uncommon for big video game series to pay homage to each other through things like that, so it wouldn't surprise me by any means. Do you by chance remember the Pelican, the old Mega Bloks one?
Oh yes.
I'm
pretty sure I still have it.
Are you serious? I believe it was like $60 or something like that, which to my 9-year-old brain was the most expensive thing ever. But I wanted that so badly to the point where almost every night for a certain period of time, I would dream only about the Mega Bloks Pelican. I watched every review of it on YouTube at least 4 times.
Mega Bloks Pelican is love. Mega Bloks Pelican is life.
Yes. I'll probably go and get it sometime just to please my 8-year-old self.
I'm pretty sure they have that on Amazon.
I can imagine, but if it's anything like Lego, which I would imagine it is, Mega Bloks basically is Lego, resale value is pretty crazy on things like that. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what the set is, but for the most part, Lego, Mega Bloks, things like that are wonderful investments. Especially because,
Oh,
like we
most
said, Mega
definitely.
Bloks in and of itself no longer exists technically. So, it's from a brand that's no longer with us, kind of.
If you think about it, Mega Bloks are just adult Legos
In what way?
because their arms can bend, so it takes more of a complex
Oh.
mind for a person to understand that they can bend their elbows and knees.
If we're talking about it in that sense of being adult, yes. But if we're talking like maturity wise, I think that would go to Kobe, which I believe is a British brand. And Kobe has not only made the Titanic, that's a bit controversial, but I love the Titanic, so I won't complain. But they also made a Nazi tank, which my girlfriend's mom just happened to have, and she gave it to me. So I can tell people my girlfriend's mom gave me a Nazi tank. And you'd better believe I did tell everyone that for a while because I was so thrilled because it was hilarious. Yeah, you remember. And it's I don't know that I can say it's cool because I don't think that's something you're allowed to say, but it's a neat concept. Like, obviously Nazism's terrible. The Nazis were horrible. Hitler was a terrible person. But the fact that you can get a Nazi tank, basically Lego, that just kind of seems interesting to me. And it was from World of Tanks, I believe, which is why they got away with that. But it's still pretty interesting to me.
World of Tanks is have you ever played it?
I haven't.
I personally don't like it. It's too slow.
Tanks aren't usually the fastest things, though, from what I understand.
Well, okay, if you look at it that way, I could see. I'm just not gonna talk.
Ooh, we're also gonna have an issue. Not now, not anytime soon, but when we want to stop this,
why would we have
ByteFence popped up, and ByteFence is like, "Oh, risk detected," even though there's definitely not, and it's not going away, and it just so happens to be over the record button.
Oh. Okay.
So that'll be interesting, but we'll face that when the time comes. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and then burn it down after crossing it. But for now, just relax and enjoy this, I guess.
Sorry.
Do what?
We cannot have any followers.
No, they'll get set on fire from the burning bridge, or they'll jump off. Either way, they're not having fun.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not.
No. Although I fell off a bridge on Conker's Bad Fur Day recently, and I didn't die, so hey.
Right, you want to talk about that game?
Oh boy, we can on this. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to go too in depth because I feel like we could totally do a podcast dedicated solely to that game. But oh boy, that's an interesting one. Rare, the company that made it, which we also have a podcast planned talking about Rareware. Say that 5 times fast, but yeah, that was definitely one of their best games. I think everyone would agree that was basically their magnum opus right there.
Oh yeah.
It's someone referred to. I was watching a video early today. Someone referred to Conker's Bad Fur Day being part of a video game genre of only one. Like, it was a genre with only one game, and that's so true. There is no other game like Conker.
Not even Live and Reloaded.
No, I was gonna say Live and Reloaded exists. That's just that's a censored remake.
Yeah. Nobody likes a censored remake.
No, I didn't know it was censored until someone said it today, because I always play on the 64, and I'd never played Reloaded, and someone said that it was censored, and that makes the 64 version the definitive edition, and I definitely agree with that.
Oh, it most certainly does.
If I'm listening to these crappily voice-acted characters ranting and going off on each other, I want to hear the curse words. What?
It's beautiful voice acting.
It's beautiful in the same way that The Room is beautiful.
Which room are we talking about?
The movie with Tommy Wiseau. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's beautiful in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that movie not too long ago. I have nothing to say about it.
Masterpiece. 10 out of 10 would watch again. That's the only.
My Wi-Fi was really bad when we watched it, so I didn't even see most of it. I just heard it. And I don't know that I would watch it again because my head literally started to hurt as we were watching it from trying to comprehend what I was watching. It was rough, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
I think.
Nobody said The Room was going to be good.
No, but I didn't know it was a bad movie. You know, everyone talked about it so much, and I knew nothing about it other than a couple of the memes. So I figured everyone talks like about this movie so much, and I've never heard anyone say something bad about it. So I figured it was gonna be like a beautiful thing, kind of like Pulp Fiction or Inglourious Basterds, or like one of those classic movies.
Literally, do you know that you were very, very wrong?
Oh, I was very wrong, and I'm not entirely upset about that. You know, the movie was good fun when it wasn't literally a low budget porno. Other than that, though,
That's
it was
the entire movie. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, and it was too. And when those scenes came, they lasted way too long. The music sounded like cheap royalty-free stuff that you find on a YouTube channel with 2 subscribers. And the music was way too loud. There was nothing going on. The camera angles made me want to throw up because I don't know what they were doing. And I don't know. That sums up the whole movie, not just those weird scenes now that I think about it. The whole thing was weird. And Tommy Wiseau loved it.
It's fine.
And then, spoiler alert, you know, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to spoil something, so skip ahead about 15 seconds, but he killed himself at the end, and I wasn't expecting that. And that, even though the movie sucked, I was genuinely sad when that happened.
Why were you sad?
I don't know, because even though his character sucked, you know, the whole thing sucked, the character, you know, what was his name? I don't even remember his name, but he was a nice guy. Everyone else in the movie were all corrupt pieces of crap, but he was a nice dude. He wanted to help everyone and be friends with everyone. You know, his best friend was literally doing his wife his fiance behind his back, and he knew. He was cool with it. He respected that for some reason. I guess he's a cuck, but he was a nice guy, and then he went, and that happened, and it was sad.
All I'm going to say is I did not hit her. I did not.
Yep. I think you did, though.
Say.
I think you did hit her.
I barely know her.
Hit her? I barely know her.
Barely know her.
I was at work one time. Did I tell you this? It's a stupid story. It'll give you no enjoyment, but it's similar to what you just said.
If it's stupid, then it's going to give me enjoyment. No
All right.
What.
So I work at Big Caesars. Yeah. Avoid copyright. So I work at Big Caesars, and one day I was making pizzas, and my boss goes, "Hey, Mitsuha, get the counter. There's someone there." He said, "Hey, counter." I said, "Counter? I barely know her." And then I thought to myself, no one's laughing, so that's fine. But I realized
Did you get fired?
the customer definitely heard me. They didn't say anything, but I knew it.
I hate it here.
Mm-hmm. You want another story? Did I ever tell you about the firefighters?
I believe so, but just for the sake of the podcast, go for it.
All right, guys. So I have no shame. That's fine. You know, in life, if you have shame, it just holds you back from enjoying life to its fullest. So typically, my lack of shame is a good thing. But oh boy, this was an embarrassing story. So again, I was working at Big Caesars one day, and my boss was like, "Hey, we got an order for some pizzas to give to firefighters, because we'll give away free pizzas to firefighters if people make donations. So that's cool." And my boss was like, "Yeah, I need you to run them over to the fire station." First of all, I didn't know where the fire station was, and I don't know street names, so he had to spend like 15 minutes helping me realize where this place was. So then I take the pizzas, load them up in my car, play some Pizza Time from Spider-Man, and go to deliver these pizzas. And on my way there, I come up with an amazing idea. My friend and co-worker, Austin, at the time was obsessed with this joke where he'd walk up to someone and he'd go, "Wood fire pizza? How is pizza supposed to get a job now?" And that's the whole thing. It made everyone cringe, everyone hated it, but it was also beautiful, kind of like most of the stuff we talk about here. And so anyway, I was like, okay, I'm going to tell this joke to the firefighters. And so I started recording, and so I kept going, and I got there, and I parked in this spot, and then I realized there's no way in. I'm not supposed to park here. This is where the fire trucks leave from, so I'm stopping them from putting out fires and stuff if I park here. So I pulled out and went to a different spot. the spot that I found had a bunch of wrecked cars. I was like, oh, this is a bit of a creepy spot, but seems like a good place to park at. And so I parked there and I got out. And this firefighter sees me, starts walking toward me, sees me carrying pizzas. He looks really confused, kind of like he was a bit of an older dude, maybe late 40s, early 50s, and he looks like someone who, I could try to be friendly with this guy and he's not going to go anywhere with that. He seemed like one of those people. And so I told him, oh yeah, I got some pizza for you guys. And with a straight face, no emotion whatsoever, he goes, oh, okay. And so I was walking with him to take him to the kitchen. Apparently they have kitchens and living quarters and fire stations, and it's beautiful. It looks like a house, but that's beside the point. And so I was talking with him. I was like, yeah, so we got these pizzas here for you guys. My friend Austin told me that I should give you this thing that he came up with. He called it wood-fire pizza. But I told him, Austin, wood-fire pizza? How's pizza supposed to get a job now? The firefighter doesn't smile. He doesn't laugh. He just goes, yeah. And then we kept walking. I didn't say another word to him. It was an experience. I might have wanted to die, but it's okay. I got a good story out of it at least, and it's all on video somewhere. So Kevin, I've been talking quite a bit, telling some interesting stories. Why don't you give us a story or two? I'm sure your life's interesting.
Interesting in the boring way, yes.
I'm trying to think of what that would be like. I'm trying to think of something that fits that description.
Nothing can. That's the problem. I don't have any stories right now. Not that I can think of right now.
If we ever need stories and we're super desperate, we could always just go back to the good old days where we sat up all night playing Roblox together.
Don't even get me started on that.
We lost like 5 listeners right there at least when they heard Roblox. As soon as they heard it, they closed that tab and they're never coming back. What?
Fine. Roblox was brought up earlier. It's fine.
Was it? I missed that. Oh wait, yes it was. We were talking about Mega Bloks.
Yep.
I didn't miss that. I was there for it, surprisingly.
I'd hope you were there for it.
No, I wasn't. I had a pre-recorded thing talking for me the whole time because I was off being more productive because I figured I could record this podcast or I could actually do absolutely nothing with my life whatsoever.
Both are very, very fine options.
Yeah, I win either way.
Exactly. I like how you just have a set recording for Mega Bloks and Roblox.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, and the set recording was so perfect that it lined up with your responses perfectly.
How did you manage?
Carefully.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of planning went into it. First, I decided I'm going to do it, and then I did it, and then it happened. It was really crazy. I still can't believe I pulled it off, but I did, and here we are now. Is this a recording still? Who knows? I mean, when people are listening to this, it's definitely a recording at that point, because they're not listening live. But was this a recording when we were recording, therefore a recording within a recording? Who knows?
Is it socially acceptable to open up my virtual machine and start recording my normal desktop with that virtual machine and record the virtual machine recording my desktop?
I'm trying to remember what a virtual machine is.
It's something to launch another operating system or OS on your actual computer without having to uninstall your main one.
Will it disrupt the call?
No.
Oh. I mean, if you want to, go for it.
No, I am more questioning if it's socially acceptable.
Why would it not be socially acceptable? I'm confused.
Because I am using a fake computer to record a real computer that's supposed to be recording itself.
Oh, so it's like
through the fake computer.
Yes, it's computer inception mixed with all sorts of inappropriate things that we can't talk about because computers don't do those things. It's when the computer decides it likes itself a bit too much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your computer has discovered itself. But yeah,
now, I'm not okay with that.
No, I'm not either. So the answer is no, it's not socially acceptable. But
Dang.
Now that I'm thinking about it more in depth, virtual machines are terrible. Like, in theory,
How are they terrible?
it's cool, but why do we have machines running machines that are running machines when in that same statement most of the machines don't even technically exist? Why are they
It's
capable of that? That sounds dangerous.
it's more for malware testing
Why would you
and
test
virus
malware?
testing if you're making it,
That's what I'm saying. So,
and to learn security features and how to beat it.
okay, so say if you're just making malware to like go to your grandma's house and be like, here, grandma, put this USB in your computer, or unleash it on the public because you're a wonderful human
For the
being.
MIMS
Why are you
virus.
doing that? The NIMS virus.
Can we? Are we allowed to talk about the MIMS virus on this?
Again, why wouldn't we? I mean, I think so. What's the one? Oh, there was one. Oh, this. Oh gosh, my computer was telling me about this one. I download so many games. I definitely have not pirated any games and software.
Why would you ever?
Yeah, so I definitely haven't done that. And so every once in a while, I'll get things from Chromium, the alpha of Chrome, full of viruses. And as long as you don't click things, you don't get the viruses. But it was telling me about this one. It had a creepy picture, and it says, you are being exposed to ramnet.exe or something like that. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. But it had this description about it. And the picture, it mixed with the name Ramnet and its description, it just sounded terrifying. And so that's my least favorite computer virus. It just gives me the chills.
Not sound correct.
In what way?
Anyway.
Oh, I thought you were saying like maybe I got something wrong there, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I think it was called Ramnet, and it freaked me out. I'd never heard of it, and it sounded terrifying. I was like, oh, just turn my computer off.
Yes, that is how you
Ooh.
solve any problem, is to turn it off.
Yeah. Did I tell you about that time Here's another story. Did I tell you about the time I was not pirating Game of Thrones?
No, you did not.
Alright. So, our certain blonde-haired, glasses-wearing friend and I were watching Game of Thrones. I definitely wasn't pirating it, and during the credits, my mouse popped up. I had it hooked up to my TV, my computer, and so my mouse popped up on the screen out of nowhere, on its own, exited out of the tab, started flashing a bunch of lights, and then in movies when people are hacking, it's got the black screen and all those things typing cryptic things and like that. You know what it looks like on movies and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Stereotypical hacking. My computer, on its own, opened up something like that and started typing a whole bunch of things and saying a whole bunch of things. That was terrible.
That would be a command box trying to force run a command.
Yeah,
Because
so
something is preventing it from running it.
I closed my computer immediately. I screamed really loudly too. I feel bad for whoever was sleeping. I definitely screamed. But that was not a pleasant experience in the slightest.
How could it not be?
I don't know if you find enjoyment from getting your computer doing whatever that was. You go for it, my kinky friend. You do you. I, for one, do not enjoy
Now,
that.
hang
though.
on.
I'll almost
That
take
should be my
Ramnet over
on-air
that.
name.
What?
Kinky Kev.
Kinky Kev.
That's gonna be my name. I keep on clicking on the Poke Center to heal my Pokemon.
I don't
I've
want
done it
Kinky
5
Kev.
times in a row.
Oh boy.
Kinky Kev. My
Kinky
favorite.
Kev.
I am Kinky Kev, in case you have not noticed.
That is amazing.
Known
Oh,
as Kinky Kev.
Kinky Kev. We need to... No, I don't want one like that for me. I'll just stay as good old Mitsuha with no adjectives.
No, you're okay with Kinky Kev.
No, I'm saying for me,
yeah.
I'll just stay as myself. You can
That's no fun. Where's the fun in that?
You can be Kinky Kev all you want. You can be kinky. That's fine. Are there adjectives that start with M? And if so, do I even want one?
Marry Mitsuha.
You're gonna marry me?
No.
Oh, I think I'm relieved.
Do you think you're relieved?
No.
I don't think I'm relieved from that response.
No, I definitely am. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, because that doesn't sound sarcastic
No.
at all.
It's more entertaining if you don't give them that definitive certainty, though. Because obviously we know, definitely not. But if you leave these people that know nothing about us wondering, then we'll terrify them and keep them up all night like Ramnet.
The story that Ramnet almost ruined my life.
Yeah. I'll make an animated video about
Gone
it.
wrong, gone sexually.
Ramnet gone sexual. Oh my gosh, I
don't know whether to include this in the final
I don't know.
video.
I don't know. KMG After Night. That can be the podcast for the talk show.
We
What?
What do you want to call it? Are we making a YouTube channel
We could.
for this?
I totally am down.
Because if so, then I know someone that can do graphical or graphics
Okay.
for us.
And then also, for what it's worth, I do have a drawing tablet as well that we can use.
That may come in handy.
It's a Huion Canvas Pro 12, I believe.
Who to what?
Here, look it up. Huion, Huion, Canvas, Kam.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I have Paint Tool Sci, which is actually the same drawing software that the Odd Ones Out uses. And yeah, I can make all sorts of stuff for us
How
with
much
that
did that
too.
cost?
The tablet?
Yeah.
An amount I would not like to say on air. Let's say that much.
Okay. How much did the software cost?
Typically it's like a subscription based. The software I believe is typically subscription based, kind of like Premiere. But the Odd Ones Out even kind of plugged the fact that you can get it for free. Definitely not through pirating, and so I definitely did not pirate it.
Okay.
But it's really good software. I love it. But yeah, so that's fun. But yeah, no. So this talk show right here, I kind of like the name KMG After-Hours, or what did I say before? Is that what I said before? Something like that. You know, just to show that, hey, this isn't your regular Kevin and Mitsuha podcast. This one's a bit saucy. So, you know, if you're a little kid, maybe don't listen to this. If we can put age restrictions on these sites, why not? Oh, it's raining really heavily where I am now. It just started out of nowhere. It was quiet, and then I got slammed with rain. But yeah, no, just because a lot of our podcasts obviously will be fairly PG because a lot of video games are. But we will also have things like this where maybe it's not so PG. Maybe you shouldn't. This is more of
an intro rather than what we're actually going to be doing.
Yeah, but our talk shows will still be something like this where we just talk about random crap
but that's for the
goes
after
on.
hours.
Yeah, but that's just talk shows in general.
Yeah, there's always all talk shows have
an
after hour thing.
Like my favorite talk show, Bob and Tom, the Bob and Tom show.
Yes.
Oh boy, they talk about anything and everything, and with some of the things they talk about, I don't know how they haven't gotten taken off the air, but I'm not complaining. Again, they're my favorite, and they're local semi.
Local semis.
Semi-local
semis.
Yeah, like if we go to Indy later this year again, if that doesn't get canceled, I actually want us to try to meet with them because they are stationed in Indianapolis. So I think we could totally try to arrange that.
Possible?
I think it is. I think the people from the thing we're not plugging on this one could totally arrange it, possibly. And my dad may or may not be kind of friends with Ron Sexton from the Bob and Tom show. So, who knows? Plus, you know, again, we're in the same state as them, so from one group of Hoosiers to another.
County. That's all you guys are getting is it's Corn County.
Yeah, we're somewhere in Indiana. Who knows where? But you know, I think we could totally do it, or at least there's a good possibility of it.
Yeah.
Especially because they're broadcasting, we're broadcasting, and especially now, look at us. We have a saucy talk show. They have a saucy talk show. Dude, we're basically Bob and Tom.
Mainstream. Ours is not.
What?
Theirs is mainstream. Ours is not.
No, this is also the pilot, so I don't expect it to be too mainstream. But I think if we keep this up, we could totally get a decent following at some point. You guys listening to this, I don't know what you're listening to this on. It could be a great many things. But do whatever the equivalent of subscribing, liking, and things like that are on the site you're watching it on. Definitely subscribe, like the podcast, do whatever you can, get the word out, because this is fun. I'm enjoying it. And hopefully you guys are too. If you're not, leave, because I'm kidding, don't leave. You might enjoy it later. But if you're not enjoying it, I'm sorry. But sometimes that happens.
It's life, you know?
Yeah, hopefully most of you are enjoying it, though.
It'd be very nice if you guys would
Mm-hmm.
share, like, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah, and
you
I'm not gonna
must
lie.
do.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Making this has been incredibly fun so far.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
I mean, I think I almost might, if I'm not gonna lie here, I think I might end up liking the KMG After-Hours more
most
than the regular
definitely.
podcasts. And I
Oh,
think that's
yes.
probably obvious, because
Yeah.
on this one we can talk about whatever we want, no holds barred.
No
And
filters.
we could talk about literally anything. With the other ones, we've got a set topic, like later we're doing our top 5 N64 games, or we're going on a rant about Rareware, or not so much a rant, but we're just talking about Rareware as a company. And yet with this, we can do whatever we want. It's our show. We don't have any limits. We don't have to worry about being PG. We could if we wanted. We might do a PG KMG After Hours sometime, just to see how that goes. But, you know, for the most part, we can do whatever we want on here, and it's cool.
Okay,
Man, you know, I'm really glad you're not here with me right now. No offense, it's not because you're a terrible person or anything. I've grown past that. But
oh,
because if you were here, you would see my setup. When I have my mic stationary, I'm holding it right now because I'm sitting, and so this works best. But when I have it stationary, I literally had the empty mystery box from Media Madhouse that I won from their thing. On top of that, I had a shoebox, and on that shoebox, I set the mic. And then behind the mic, for any sort of sound absorption, I stacked my pillows on top of each other. So about as professional gets. Definitely way better than the studio we have access to, for sure. But yeah, it's cool. It works.
I guess to each their own, yeah.
Yeah, what is your setup? I'm curious.
My setup is currently on one of those white picnic tables, those giant ones, the fold-up ones. And, two monitors. My Xbox and PlayStation stacked right next to my main one.
Nice.
My headphones. I am working on getting an adapter so I can plug my actual microphone into my computer instead of a PlayStation 2 microphone.
No.
Don't question it.
Yeah, no.
Then, on top of the systems, I have a little TV, which I run those off of.
Alright.
And then a printer behind my second monitor.
Nice. To print whatever, I guess.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I think my setup definitely wins, by far, yep.
Oh, yeah, yours definitely wins.
Yep. If the award was for the most mediocre one, then yes. Unfortunately, that's not typically how rewards work. But it's okay.
Why not?
I don't know. Ask the people that give out rewards.
Setup.
I mean, we've got participation awards, but that's a bit different and equally pathetic, but that's a topic for another day.
You did try to participate.
I tried to participate. Yeah, I couldn't even manage participation.
Sorry, your participation award got thrown away.
Yeah.
It just got mistaken for something else. I don't know what else, but it just was.
Speaking of awards, I think I just realized something terribly sad.
What?
Alright, so, you know, a few years ago, my mom was doing stuff, like working on my room, and she got rid of a bunch of stuff. That's not fine. That's how I lost all my N64 games originally, because she gave those away or got rid of them or threw them away or something. I'm realizing now we were talking about awards. I think she got rid of my T-ball trophy from when I was in kindergarten, and I was in T-ball. I think she got rid of that. And if she did, that's really sad, because I liked that. It was really cool.
I like this trophy that I got in kindergarten for T-ball.
No, it was really cool. It had like this black base, and the actual trophy part itself was on this thick stone tablet thing, and it had like black and gold lettering on it, and you could spin it on the platform, and it was so cool.
What the heck? I've never had a trophy like that.
No, I
I've
hadn't
never really had a trophy,
either,
but I've never
except
had a
that
trophy
one.
like that.
Yeah, and that was the only sport I really played where there was any potential to earn anything like that. I think the only other sport I played was I did basketball one year, but I think it might have just been March Madness, I think. I remember I did that with Jacob. He and I both did that, and we were on the same team. But that was
Which
fun.
Jacob?
Wolf.
Oh,
That was an
okay.
experience. That was a fun one, though. I liked it. Except, what did I think I fractured an arm? I fractured something. So remember one time we were doing something in a basketball game, obviously, and someone like rammed into me, and I went flying and slammed onto the floor, and fractured something. Our team got nothing for that. Because which makes sense now. Back then, my thinking was, holy crap, this kid just injured me. Why didn't we win the game right there? Why didn't they give that to us? Why didn't we get any foul or penalty shot? Why didn't we get anything for my injury? Back then, that made sense in my mind, but now I realize just because you're injured doesn't mean the other team did something wrong.
Oh, crap.
It just
This
means...
kid just snapped this guy's neck. Why didn't this team get any award for that?
Exactly, it's like as long as any rules aren't violated, I guess they can't do much.
See, what I'm thinking is that the award that they would get is like the team with the most snapped necks on it.
Yeah, I could get an award that said, "Yep, that's right. I got
Most
hurt
fractured
in
bones."
middle school basketball."
Yeah, I single-handedly was the reason why my team got the most fractured bones
Yeah.
award.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm that man.
That's right. I sucked. Believe it.
Believe it. You gotta hold Naruto's one finger up when you say that.
Yep, I know. I was thinking it.
Believe it.
I was hoping you thought of it too. My gosh. We are sorry excuses for human beings, but we're good enough.
We are the ultimate evolution of a human being. What are you talking about?
There was this video on YouTube not too long ago. I didn't watch it because by the title it sounded stupid, but it was something along the lines of, why did humans stop evolving? Well, we just proved that video wrong, because humans didn't stop evolving.
Here we are.
We are the result of what happened when humans did evolve further.
And it decided to no longer do that.
Yeah. If humans are like Pokemon and humans are the final form, we are the mega evolution.
That's scary. I'm scared to say that. I'm scared to be a final evolution of anything.
Alright, fine. We're the Gigantamax forms.
Oh, is it temporary or is it forever?
But way smaller. Depends. How excited are you? Oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about. I'm not gonna remember what though. Oh, you were talking about your setup. You mentioned a PlayStation, and so I was gonna ask you. I should totally go for that $40 PlayStation at Media Madhouse sometime, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Full yes.
Like, I don't know what PlayStation 1s usually sell for, but I saw that for $40 today. I was like, oh my gosh, that is incredibly good.
One?
No,
Like
it was
the
the OG.
Atari?
It was the OG.
Because I think that I've seen one of the flashbacks, not there, but just in general.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually making those or not.
This was definitely an OG, though. I could tell by looking at it, like, it obviously was. But they had a new in-box PlayStation 1 for $50 or $60. Was the PS1 not a super popular console? I always was under the impression that...
No, it wasn't too popular.
No? Okay, I was always under the impression that it was. But that makes more sense, because if they have a brand new in-box one, and it's that cheap, that's unbelievable.
The PlayStation 2 is really what kicked them off.
That was, like, everyone's favorite.
I still have 2 of them.
2 PS2s?
Yeah.
Dude, if you ever want someone to take one off your hands, I'll gladly help you there.
It'll come at a price, though, because...
Oh, that's fine.
My dad sold my 64 and all the games to buy one of them.
Are you serious? Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, just let me know what you want, and I'll definitely do that sometime. Does it have cords and a controller?
It can have cords in a controller.
It can.
Cords in a controller.
All right. That works.
It's ultra used, but
As
other
long
than
as it
that-
works well.
Oh yeah, it works fine.
Like, you saw
Both
my
of them.
N64 game haul today. You saw how some of those games were looking. I don't care how things look as long as they work. The same reason I'm
That's
okay
what
with
I don't
repros.
get about CDs. Why won't Media Madhouse and all of them take super scratched up and cracked CDs? As long as they go inside the system, which is their function, they should be fine.
Exactly. Like, I took Black Ops 4 in there once. This definitely happened. I'm not making it up for comedy. It definitely happened. I took
I'm
Black
probably
Ops
not
4 in
making
there
it up.
one time. And this Black Ops 4, I broke in half one day because I died on round 1 of zombies, as I always do, definitely. And so that made me so angry that I took it out of my console and snapped it over my knee, as any reasonable human being does. And then when I flex taped it back together and tried to sell it to them, they were like, "Sorry, man, we can't do that." And I was like, "Oh, why not?" And they said, "Yes." And I said, "Oh, okay."
Man, I
Again,
hate when
this
I go
totally
there and try to give
happened.
them games and they just say yes.
Yep,
That's all they say.
I know, especially in situations that totally happened. Is like, how do they do
Exactly.
that? They're gonna listen to this. They're gonna be like, "Wait, that definitely did not happen."
No, what happened? I was there.
Yeah.
I was a clerk.
Yeah. Also, I think I totally might share this with them because I've got their Facebook page. I definitely might send this to them at some point just because we've plugged them several times and I want them to see this. You know, I've become a regular there within like the past month or so since I've started collecting N64 games. I go there at least once a week now. And they know that at this point, they know that anytime they get an N64 game, they'd better believe they can sell it to me. If it's N64, I'll buy it, and they know that by now, I think.
I kind of hope so. You kind of like bought their entire store's worth of
I
64 games.
honestly almost did. They've just got sports games left now, which range from $2 to $8 roughly. So I'll definitely go clean them out the rest of the way at some point when I have more money. But yeah, like that's why today I went in there. The past 2 times I've been in there, they've been like, "Oh yeah, we just got this N64 game in today. If you're interested in checking that out, it's not even up on the shelves yet. It's not even priced. We haven't even posted it on Facebook yet. But if you want to check it out, go for it." And it's like I feel like some fancy VIP. Like, holy cow, they haven't even priced this thing. They haven't even decided what it's worth, but they're willing to let me check it out. Okay.
Well, why not? Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you do kind of clean them out of 64 games.
Yeah. And I think in their minds they're like, all right, we've got this game. We've got this guy that is stupidly obsessed with the console this game is for. Maybe he wants to buy it. And you'd better believe I do. I just usually don't have money at that point because they usually show me when I'm checking out and have already picked all the games I can afford to get. And so I always end up
Now-
having to tell them, this is what happened with Shadows of the Empire. I always have to end up telling them, that's amazing, but I just spent everything right here on these games.
I
But I'll
spent
come
my
back,
entire
don't worry.
life savings on this,
Yeah,
and
like,
now you tell me about a game that I would like.
yeah, my kids were sold into slavery earlier today so I could buy these games. And now you're
I
telling
only got
me
like
about
10
this.
cents from each of them. I don't get it. I think I may have gotten ripped off.
Yeah, I mean, I know my kids are kind of defective. You know, they're a bit screwed up, but that's just from use over time. It happens. But other than that, they work mostly okay.
Okay. Speaking of defective,
Oh, are we talking about
at
you
play
again?
today,
What?
at play today, I was standing there getting ready to go on. Jordan grabs a pencil and chucks it at my face.
Mm.
And in the quietest loud voice I could do, I screamed, "Are you mental?" right when I was about to go on.
Oh man, yeah. Kevin and I are in a play right now for. I think we mentioned it briefly earlier, but for anyone that missed that, yes, Kevin and I are in a play right now. It's actually this weekend. You'd better believe
It
at some
is.
point after
We could record a podcast while waiting.
Ooh, we could. Well, I can't bring my
Not while
snowball
waiting.
mic there. Saturday night we could record one.
I have extra mic.
Okay. But yeah, no,
And when you say the night.
we'll totally record an episode of KMG After-Hours after we've done the show and talk about that because I'm sure we'll get some stories from it.
Now, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something and then I lost it.
Find it.
I can't.
While you try to think of it, here's a random thing I just noticed. Room temperature Red Bull is not as bad as you would think. Red Bull seems to be one of the few drinks that is still just as good as at room temperature.
It really is not bad at all.
No. Mountain Dew's another thing that's like that, I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't understand it, why it does that, but it does.
Like most pops, it seems when they get to be too warm, they're way too syrupy and you can taste the syrup too much. They just seem way too thick and it's not as good. But, you know, things like Mountain Dew and Red Bull don't seem to be as bad. Also, you said Red Bull's good. Are you able to drink Red Bull? Will that not kill you?
Yeah, I'm able to drink it.
Oh, okay. Since when? I know that would have killed you a few years ago.
I've been drinking Bangs for a while.
See, I knew that that would have killed you a few years ago, I know.
No, it's what my parents told me, so I wouldn't drink them, but...
Oh, so you never were at risk. Your parents were just like, hey, if you drink this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Wonderful parenting right there.
It's like slavery. No, that's not the right word.
Wait, I was nodding in agreement without even having realized what you said, and then I processed it, and I thought about it. I was like, wait, I just agreed to slavery. No.
Haha, that's how they got people back then.
Oh yeah?
They were saying something relatable, and then they were like, slavery, and the other person was like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Man, I remember when I first tried Red Bull, I was out. I can almost remember what I was doing. Not quite. If I tried, I would, but I'm not going to try right now. I was out somewhere with Nathan, my stepdad, and we were doing something, and we were about to do something, one of the two, and we stopped at the gas station, and we went in there to get drinks, and for some reason I was going to need energy, or something like that. I didn't think about that, but Nathan was like, hey, you're going to need energy for whatever the thing was we were about to do. And so he was like, do you want to try a Red Bull? I was like, oh my gosh. This is in my head. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You know, at that point in time, he might as well have offered to buy me beer. Like, you know, it was that same kind of feeling. I was being offered this forbidden drink that I'd always been told, hey, never drink that. I was always told to avoid it. And here he was offering me that forbidden drink. And I was thrilled. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to drink this, and it's going to be amazing. And so I got it, and I tried it. It was incredibly bitter, and I didn't like it a whole bunch. And so I drank it more. And it was still super bitter. And so that was the first can. I drank it very slowly. And I was like, okay, that stuff was kind of alright. So I drank another one eventually. And here I am now. I could down a whole thing at once if I wanted. The bitterness doesn't bother me. I love it.
Now, the way that you describe this is like when you go to Oregon and you're visiting it for the first time and you get offered cocaine or heroin.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you've just been offered this forbidden fruit, if you want to call it fruit, or Kool-Aid powder. Sorry,
you've been offered this forbidden Kool-Aid powder.
Well, they're both powder until they're not.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that didn't know, in the state of Oregon, it is legal to do cocaine and heroin.
No, they decriminalized it.
Oh, alright. Yeah.
Because there's a difference there.
Yeah, no, you can do cocaine and heroin there. You won't go to jail. They'll instead just make you pay to go to rehab.
Yeah, you just go to rehab.
They're like, there's this illegal thing that people do, and it's a big problem. Why not monopolize on it? And so they did. And it worked, I think.
This is just a disclaimer. Doing drugs is not okay.
Yeah, no, don't do drugs.
That's taken lightly.
Yeah, no, that's not what we were getting at. We were not suggesting, hey, go to Oregon and do drugs. That's not what we were getting at. We were just saying, here's a fun fact. You can do drugs in Oregon. But yeah, definitely don't. Drugs are terrible and they will kill you. Don't listen to your gangster addict friend who's like, oh no man, try it once, it'll be cool. Don't listen to him, you might die. You probably will, who knows. It's not cool.
Sadly, people do drugs all the time and die from it, so.
Yeah, you know what is cool? Virginity.
Drugs. Oh,
yeah. Definitely.
Correct, virginity.
Yeah, virginity rocks. I remember when everyone at school they were all wearing those shirts for a while. And it was like all the people that you know have been around the block a few times. All those people were the ones
Ooh.
wearing the Virginity Rocks shirts.
Ooh.
It's like, oh, how much do you really believe your shirt?
Now, those shirts actually came from a YouTuber.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought these kids were genuinely trying to promote virginity. It's like, oh, hypocrisy.
Them promote anything other than weed, please,
Yeah.
sir.
I,
Don't
I
even kid yourself.
Yeah, I don't even think I can get into talking about weed on here, just because it's illegal in our state. And despite whether or not that's justified, I don't feel like risking legal trouble
We
talking
won't get
about
into
it.
legal trouble talking about it, but we will get backlash.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when you're starting off, it's good to avoid backlash. Once you're more established, you've got millions of fans, you can say stuff like, hey, this group of people sucks. Here's why. And you probably shouldn't say that, but
It
people will still
happens.
like you.
Yeah,
You definitely shouldn't, but
yeah, no.
technically, if you did for some reason, you're not gonna die. You'll lose some people, but
We
you'll
do
still be
not
studying.
promote any illegal actions here.
No, don't hate people just because it's not cool. People are people too.
Sorry, I did not know that.
Now you do, my enlightened son.
You are the Buddha to my. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna cut that.
There's an anime where Jesus and Buddha are roommates in an apartment.
What is this anime called?
I don't
need
remember,
this.
but I really want to watch it.
It scares me.
Oh, do we want to wrap up episode 1 of KMG After Hours?
Okay.
All right. All right, so guys, we have been recording for over an hour now. KMG After Hours episode 1 is getting fairly lengthy. That's okay, some people like it long, but others don't. So, for the sake of that, and the fact that we have 2 other podcasts we have to record tonight, I think we're going to wrap things up. Kevin, you got anything else you want to add before we go?
Just go and take a listen. If you like it, stay. If you don't, try one of our not after hours.
Yeah. Yeah, if you enjoy...
Other than that, I think I'm done.
Yeah, again, if you enjoy this, like he said, definitely check out other episodes once they're posted. If you're watching this when this was posted, there won't be much for a while because we're just starting out. But like we mentioned, we do have other podcasts coming soon, such as our top 5 N64 games and our video about Rareware. So if you're interested in those, look forward to those and other episodes of KMG After Hours. Other than that, if you enjoyed, also make sure to like, subscribe, share, whatever you can do on the different platforms we put this on. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us on episode 1 of KMG After Hours, guys. Keep it saucy.